This 8 connects to this corner pocket by way of a 15-degree perception. This 9 ball connects with the side pocket by way of a 30-degree perception. "14 connects with this pocket by way of a 45-degree perception. The claims that I've made concerning centered edge aiming have been essentially the same for the past 7-8 years. Those claims are that the 15, 30, and 45 connect in a knowable way to the right angles of a regulation table. But what has evolved over the past 7 or 8 years, in addition to that, is that the center cue ball has a description that can be defined and used for aligning to those perceptions, for connecting with the pockets. But essentially my claims have been the same all along. My knowledge has deepened to where that I have better words and stronger teaching strategies for teaching CTE, simply because I just have more experience and my words are better. CTE is a visual system, and one's vision does not have a set of words. Music has notes, and language has words, and math has equations and such, but perception doesn't have that. So perception has to borrow from the linguistical domain, words that can work for descriptive purposes concerning perception. So I'd like to just reaffirm the claims of centered edge aiming. I'm going to just slightly spread these balls out. I don't know if the camera can see those or not, but I'm just going to just spread them out to a degree. Put this cue ball right here in the middle. So what I'm saying is that a cue ball object ball relationship on a 2x1 table can be pocketed in one of the pockets by using a perception of either 15, 30, or 45, and 60 is an extremely strong support perception. Let's say I want to bank that 1. I can bank that 1 cross corner as a 15-degree perception. Does that mean that I don't have to understand speed and sometimes spin on a shot like that? No, it doesn't mean that I'm home free just because I know the perception, but it does give me the exact precise aim alignment from which to start the process for shooting the shot. I may just use the exact perception in center cue ball and just a nice little slow speed. That would be one way to do it. So let's say that I want to bank this 3-ball cross corner. Well, once again, I have a 15-degree perception. Let's say that I wanted to shoot the 3-ball in the corner. That's a 45-degree perception. Let's say that I wanted to cut that 4-ball in the corner. That is a 60-degree perception. If I wanted to bank the 4 ball right here, that's a 15 degree perception. If I wanted to play this ball on the side right here, that's a 30 degree perception. If I wanted to bank the 7 ball right back here, that's a 15 degree perception. If I want to play the 10 ball down there in that corner, that's a 15 degree perception. So, what I said 7 or 8 years ago with DVD 1 still holds true. It still holds through. Now, well, in DVD 1, I started off with the 15 and the 30 and went directly to the 60. Then I picked up the 45 in DVD 2. But the principles set forth in DVD 1 for the 15 and 30 were true in that they make all shots on a regulation surface somewhere, and most of the time to your desired pocket. So I got a little bit fooled on the 45 initially and added that in at some point after DVD 1 as a footnote, and then it showed up in DVD 2. So my claims have essentially been the same. The refinement of my understanding and how to present it in a precise way with much improved language has emerged for me. Now, so what I'm saying is that the perceptions of 15, 30, and 45, even 60, can be learned. They can be described. They can be repeated. They can be used for pocketing balls. Not in such a way that, okay, there's a 15, now I have to feel the rest of the way into the shot. That's not the way it works. To me, if that's what it was about, I'd been gone a long time ago. This is not about ballpark aiming and then refining your aim once you get down to make it exact. That truly would be a waste of my time. I have no desire to pursue any kind of aiming system that is in any kind of way field oriented. Just not interested in it. I worked with all that stuff in years past, and I crossed over into a different dimension of aiming, you might say. Now, concerning the claims, I mean, this is a 30. I made it from this dot here. There's 2 more dots here, one here and one here, set up in such a way that I have 2 more angles. So this 30 can be made with a known center, even though it's in a different spot. I forget which one I put it in. I'm just repeating the process over and over for making this ball. 30 degree perception, a center that has no guesswork to it. I'm sure I got those 3 spots. But those are my claims for centered edge aiming. I'm proud of them. I know that they're true. I know that they work as prescribed. I would be happy to entertain a world-class visual team for taking a look at my work. I know that there is a world-class visual team at Vanderbilt University. I've spoken with a couple of people there and offered my work so that they could study on it. But it does take time and it does take money to do something like that. It's going to come. I contacted a very large university in California that has a visual department of some sort, and actually that's the department head there is the one that referred me to Vanderbilt, because they do have a world-class visual team. So I contacted them and offered to share my work with them so that they could undertake a study if they so desire. So I'm open to any sincere visual team that would like to study this work so that they can report their findings. There's going to be a lot of people to see this over the next many years and work with it and experience it on the table for making up their own mind and for reporting to others what they've seen. I'm going to be doing clinics. I hope that at times I can have several in this room or in my other room at the same time for observing and listening to how center edge aiming works. The clinics aren't going to cost anything. The free clinics will not be instructional in that I'm going to show you at the table, going to teach you how to do it. That's private lessons. But the clinics, I'm going to explain it. I'm going to show you how it works. So you can take a lot of information away from a free clinic. And then there's the book, and then there's going to be the free truth series that's on YouTube to support all that. So then there's identified endorsed instructors of my program that are a little bit peppered around the country that you'll have access to as well. So I just wanted to go over these claims again. I'm proud of them. But in case someone didn't know what the claims are, these are the claims. I mean, if I take this ball right here and I want to see a 30-degree perception for pocketing that ball in the corner, I can see it. You can too, because you're working with the objective aspects of the cue ball and the object ball. But that's not enough. You still have to know how to align to center. So if I wanted to play this ball 3 rails in the side, then I would use a 15. I know how to use a 15. I'm dead on that line right now if I want to be. All I have to do is work with a little bit of speed or a little bit of spin if I choose to, or a mix. If I wanted to play this ball cross corner, I could use a 15-degree perception for going cross corner. See, here's what's interesting. As I look at this, my 3 in the side 15 comes from the left edge of the cue ball for going 3 in the side. That would be 3 in the side, and then my bank cross corner would also come from the left edge of the cue ball, but you have 2 different pivots. That would be the difference. So if I wanted to do this 3 in the side, it would be an outside pivot. If I wanted to do a 1 rail bank cross corner, the kiss is a little bit touch and go here. I do an inside pivot. And then if I wanted to do a 30-degree perception, I could do a 2 rail bank. So you see the benefit of this knowledge? I mean, if you're let's say you're playing banks by the rail. You got a 3 rail bank there. You got a 1 rail bank. You got a 2 rail bank. Not just by way of feel, but by way of knowledge that leads to an aim line. So there are some that think this can't be. You can't have that knowledge because you're working with two round sears that require guesswork anywhere outside of center to center, or center to edge, or perhaps even edge to edge. Anything other than that has to be feel. Well, that's been the paradigm for 100 years, 150 years. That's been that's where we're at. Three things that you can know how to look at. The rest of it, as intelligent as we are, and as far as we've come along in the last 150 years, you still can't see but three things that you can know and describe. Center to center, center to edge, and edge to edge. Outside of that, you're cooked. You're relegated to feel. What I'm here to tell you is that's not so. You can know more than that. See, that wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be that you could actually know how to connect with this pocket, how to connect with this pocket, how to connect with this pocket, how to connect with this pocket again from a two-rail bank. So, if this is something that you're interested in as a player, as far as wanting to have more knowledge about how to line up, in my opinion, how to really line up, because now you've got the knowledge that can take you further than feel. It can take you to the point of where you can actually line up for connecting with the right angles of a regulation table. That's up to you. That's up to you. It's different at first. It's odd at first. There's a learning curve associated with it. It's a professional aiming system. It's one that you can use every shot for the rest of your life. But that's your choice. That's not my choice. You have to be motivated, and something has to spark your interest about this that, hey, I think I understand or have an insight about what's going on here. I think I'm interested in that. I'm going to work with that. I'm intrigued by it. So it takes a, you have to know how to achieve, how to learn. That's not hard. Every one of you out there learned or achieved something. So you have to build on something that you've already done and been successful with and say, well, I was successful with that. I know I've got to stick to it and it's to do this. So that's how you move along in life, by doing things that you want to do. You just have to realize that you're very capable of learning new things, many new things. So it's fun. I've had more fun with centered edge aiming than I could ever imagine having with any other aspect of pool, and the fun has been going on for a decade. To be quite honest, I'm sort of bored with aiming anymore because there's no challenge as far as what the aim is for pocketing this ball, 3 in the side to cut to the corner, 2 rails to the corner, or 1 rail to the corner. There's no challenge in the aim aspect of it. Now, to get the speed and the spin down, or to keep my stroke straight, or to play position with the cue ball, that's another story. But I spent a lot of years spinning my wheels on just coming to the pool table just to get things to look right. That's the part that I'm bored with anymore. I don't have to do that. I used to spend so much time trying to get the cue one way or the other to get lined up right to see a shot. It might work one day or 2 days, and then I'm right back to spinning my wheels again. This is what I'm trying to put a stop to. I'm trying to offer you something so that you can put a stop to spinning your wheels for how to see and line up the pocket when you're using a couple of balls on a pool table. So it can be done, it can be explained, and you can do it. So I just wanted to go over this idea of what my claims are concerning centered edge aiming. Those claims are alive and they're well, and they're stronger today than they've ever been. And going forward, there's going to be more and more and more people that see this, that connect with it, that they're going to speak out about it. It's a matter of going to the table and getting with it a little bit until you connect. And then once you connect, you'll be on a journey where it gets easier every day. That's the way it works. You know, once you learn how to aim and line up, then your stroke's going to come along easier because you line up to what you see. So there's not going to be any doubt as to how you line up. So that's how it helps your stroke. You still have to learn to, you know, move your arm in a correct way and such, but you can start spending more time on positional play, the strategy of the game, safes, and things like that. So there's always plenty to do if you're passionate about this game. But one thing that you do need to get behind you is how to really line up so that you can connect with these pockets and quit spinning your wheels. Thanks.